Assuming we're no longer muted. I hope we're no longer muted.
All right, so here we are for the premier Stage 1 playoffs finals. This should be a very exciting map. I am Det. Alongside me is Shepard for your entertainment this evening. If you're looking forward to some high-level, intense action here, right before we get to this 2-2-2 lock, look no further on theonomatopoeia.com. We are also on the Onomatopoeia Community Cup Twitch live for you this evening. Shepard, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. I hope you're doing as well. How's everyone else doing tonight as well? All right, so we got Erie Panthers versus 6ixGuns tonight. Bad Det. Any predictions going on? Who do you think is going to take it tonight on this first map anyway?
You know, I think this could go either way. These are two very high-class teams that could really swing this match either way. Both teams are in the highest tier and have had fantastic stage ones. So let's see what we got going on. We got pharmacies for both sides.
Pharmacy's just going for that early pick, trying to farm some extra all right off the gate there. Not trying to get too much damage out there, just harass, poke when they can. Not too much happening so far, but each team's making their way to the point. We got Prototype on Sombra there, just trying to get into a nice position, just get that hack ready to go. Hitsuya already goes down to Aloha. Early pick on the support against 6ixGuns there.
Oh, Ahola takes down Death and the Mercy as well. That could swing this fight heavily in term for the Erie Panthers, I believe.
Yeah, I believe Erie Panthers is on the left there in the blue, but that is a huge start. Just a huge little game there for 6ixGuns.
Indeed.
This is going
ahead and starting the clock for them.
This is going to be a very rough early start here for 6ixGuns here. If they'll be able to swing it back or not. Looks like they switch up the comp a little bit here, and now they're moving back up, disregarding the pharmacy altogether, opting for Brig and Moira.
Here we going very divey here, except for their healers.
Straight onto point.
Ooh, Ahola does fall
already goes down.
But Death falls too.
Looks like 6ixGuns was able to retake the point from there. Already the first ult coming out from Vanna there. It gets taken out immediately. Sees nothing come out of it. Death Rider does get the res off of him though. WizKid on Hammond there, just harassing, trying to get a pick. Banana goes down to Lucio. Prototype knocks Hitsuya out of his mech already. The next ultimate coming out, just WizKid trying to stall. Yeah, that was a very sneaky take. Oh, and here we see Prototype coming out with the EMP against 6ixGuns there. Working not too well in their favor. Nothing really came out of it. 6ixGuns was able to retake the point there and is just holding it just perfectly fine.
I think what surprises me the most about that is they weren't the team running the sniper for the pharmacy.
No, they weren't.
Yet they managed to take that from right underneath them.
I don't know what Moira's doing with this ult, just keeping their team alive, just burning it to switch.
Hidden Shadow does fall from that Ahola.
Ahola getting another pick once again. We have Erie here just trying to get on point. We got Hammond going in, harassing, trying to knock him out of there so his team can move in.
Ooh, and a double kill there from Vana, but Portal does get the boop off on him. Prototype does take it.
Aloha gets a kill, and WizKid gets the other support as well. Aloha taking off.
Can Erie get it back?
Looks like Panthers was able to take it back without too much of an issue. Even losing a couple of their guys there early in the fight, they were still able to hold on to it. Banna carrying them in that fight with that double kill right out of the gate there. That was huge for them.
Going way high up in the air here. Carrying that Mercy around.
Carrying that Mercy around, just farming that ult as fast as they can. Coming in with Diva Bomb, trying to scatter them. Doesn't see too much come out of it. Banana gets 2 more kills again. 3 kills again, getting both support down.
And that is 5 down for 6ixGuns.
6ixGuns is having a rough time trying to retake this point again. However, that still can go either way, as they still have quite a substantial amount on the point there. And Panthers still has a bit to go. However, it seems like Erie here is just trying to stall them from getting on that point there. You can see Panthers here going around the left-hand side. They're just trying to get onto that point as fast as they can, because they're thinking if they can get on that point, then they can hold it as well. Death just charging straight in, just narrowly gets hit by that EMP, unfortunately for him. unfortunately for 6ixGuns here, but they do manage to retake the point
6ixGuns
because
takes it back.
Panthers does not
Sneaky
stand
under
on
him
the
again.
point. Ult's coming out left, right, and center here.
And
But
Tony,
however, the
that's interesting.
Panthers right
Tony
back.
on the Winston does kill that Pharah in ult. I don't know the last time I've seen that.
Got Prototype on Sombra there, sneaking right onto the point, ready to just contest it as soon as the team gets back and regroup there. Peanut
Oh, and
taking
Peanut
out Death,
sticks
one of the
Death.
support early, and Aloha gets
Ahola gets
rezzed
the res.
anyway. And here we got 6ixGuns desperately just trying to hold this point. Now Sombra goes down right away. Peanut goes down as well to Moira's ult.
Oh, here comes
Whispered
Bana.
trying to
There's
harass.
the
Unfortunately,
EMP.
sees nothing come out of it.
And Bana dies. Here goes the Mercy falling off the side of the map, and it looks like 6ixGuns is gonna hold it. Impressive, very impressive.
Score 0-1.
I gotta say that was a heck of a first map there. With looks like Shepard did leave the game. He doesn't want to hang out with us anymore. I assume that's more of a connection issue than anything, but I think he'll be back shortly. So a heck of a first map there for you as we head to the well on Ilios. Lots of boops here. It'll be interesting to see if we see any Roadhogs come out, but it looks like they're kind of sticking with Erie going to the divey with a McCree and still running the pharmacy, running a solo take hamster. And 6ixGuns keeping those dive tanks, getting the Lucio and the Brig. Oh, and a third healer there. Alrighty, with a Sombra kicker. The pharmacy staying up. It's been amazing to see what this team can do against a pharmacy without any sort of hit scan. We all could do call for that in our, hard stuck gold matches, but it's crazy to see what can be done without it. Peanut does get hacked by Shadow, but Bana is there to scare him away. Peanut does end up falling to the Brig, and Ahola takes down the Moira. It looks like, again, and this first point still has not been captured. Here comes Justice and High Noon, and it looks like Erie might be taking this point again first, but maybe not. We did see the same kind of thing last map. Oh, and WizKid almost falls into the hole there. Oh, and he does go down, giving that point maybe to 6ixGuns finally. Yes, it looks like this is going to be the finally the first cap. Nope, Peanut's still contesting there. No points yet on this map. There comes the EMP hitting the Pharah and Prototype on the Sombra. Here come the mines, just trying to space them out. The mines do their job, and 6ixGuns starts doing work. Erie gets rezzed. Here comes Hidden Shadow taking out WizKid. And we still do not have a cap on this point. Ilios, well, that's crazy.
It looks like we're going to see the first cap here now coming up with Erie finally managing to push them all back, getting that pick on Tony and Futark as well. Finally, the first cap goes to Erie on this map.
Absolutely bananas. Absolutely bananas.
What an intense, close match this is. These two teams seem to be fairly evenly matched, going back and forth, trading pretty much everywhere they go. However, we do have Banana just getting pick after pick after pick, harassing. Here he comes out with his Justice and the EMP to help counter, right, taking down Death Rider. 6ixGuns sees something finally come out of the Diva Bomb. WizKid taking down Bortle on Lucio there. We got Aloha High Nooning, but unfortunately it doesn't look like anything's going to come out of it. Just wasted. It didn't have an opportunity to use it. Diva was stopping it from doing anything. Gets dived on by Don Tony as Winston. They're just completely picking them off with Hidden Shadow, finishing them off. Futark taking down Banan, getting revenge there. Death Rider trying to get that res off on Banan. Unfortunately, does get it off, but Banan will not be able to escape, allowing 6ixGuns to seemingly retake the point with ease there.
Talk about fighting with your life. I do not know about with ease. They held that all the way to 49.
They held that all the way to 49, but 6ixGuns really came through on their push there, by far. Here they're trying to push him right back to spawn. Stalled
There
him right out
goes
of
the
the gate there.
Jupiter-sized EMP.
Hidden Shadow making sure that they can't push, just stalling them back further and further.
6ixGuns doing work here. As
WizKid getting knocked off by Lucio. In the middle of his dive, that's gotta hurt them. Unfortunately for 6ixGuns coming up here, Erie Panthers does have 3 ults coming up right now, and they're down 1 support.
And the pulse bomb just took out Death. It looked like he killed himself there. The mines come onto the point, a few fall into the hole, but here comes the coalescence, which can help get rid of some of those mines.
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like they're going minesweeper duty, just trying to keep Asuyu alive. Mine's still up there. Peanut taking down Bortle once again. Poor Bortle. WizKid just staying on point there, denying them any space. Got Aloha taking down Death with his high noon.
And are they going to get the point back here? Hidden Shadow just holding up. And here comes the
Shadow
Monkey.
retreats immediately. Monkey gets taken down almost immediately. Don Tony gets taken down by Prototype. Banan just still up there harassing, as he's been showing to do very well all game long. All right, let's see. This time the ults are in favor of 6ixGuns. Let's see if they're able to retake him here with proper ult use. Coming in with Beat, Monkey, and Diva Bomb versus EMP. So EMP can't completely halt this charge in its tracks if they use it correctly. Peanut getting his pulse bomb again. Banana ready to use just whenever used. Prototype popping the EMP, absolutely just stopping any ults being used, except for Don Tony does manage to get his off.
And Banna's stuck in there with the...
Banan stuck and gets taken down by Brig.
Oh, and 6ixGun takes the point back. They're not going easy.
6ixGuns is not going easy, but we got 2 offensive ults going up against 2 defensive ults on this next push here. We might see Hidden Shadow come up with EMP and Futart come up with Coalescence. But let's see what's going to happen. Peanut just harassing there. Banan once again just pulls Justice out immediately. Doesn't see much coming, but does scatter 6ixGuns off the point. Gets nothing. Gets taken out right after by Don Tony once again.
Ooh. And that's very close to a team kill. Looks like they're going to be able to push them all the way back. Here come the mines on the
coming
point.
back on with the mines. Just trying to stall, but get that overtime. Greg stopping him from retouching the point, however, does not work as well. Diva Bomb just to try to push him off. And that looks like the second point goes to 6ixGuns.
Exciting. Very exciting.
Points, yeah.
First map, 6ixGuns.
Good job, 6ixGuns. Excellent showing. Both teams played really well. Banana here getting play of the game. Definitely for one of the Justices that came out early on.
Oh.
Not even a Justice, just pure skill right there. And good luck and timing.
Well, between that and 120 damage at the direct shot.
Yep.
She really can spam.
Can spam, and positioning there by Banan was on point.
And how about that? 34% of team damage. 34%. They did have 3 DPS, 1 tank throughout that second point. But yet that Pharaoh was enough to put down 34% of the entire team's damage.
All right, moving on to the second map here. It's going to be a hybrid map, right? Or am I thinking about that's the next map after that? I can never remember the order of maps properly.
I have trouble remembering what I had for lunch today, so I might not be the best person to ask.
Wonderful. Neither of us know what's going to happen next, so it's up in the air for everybody.
So we are just as in the dark as you, viewers.
I'm sure somebody knows more about it than we do right now, which is the sad part. All right, moving on. That match was a lot of fun to watch, though. We did see some great plays, especially come out of Erie Panthers there, with Banan leading the charge most of the way. Fortunately, as soon as Don Tony started just harassing Banan, it looks like they were unable to retake the point there on Well, especially.
And they really did kind of enforce their will with that Winston Diva combo, which is interesting to see, especially given the recent, we'll say, nerfs to Diva and her inability to use her defense matrix at anything longer than 10 meters.
All right, so look, the next map will be a hybrid match. and I'm excited to see which map they're going to pick here. Any idea what they're going to pick, Bad Debt? Any guess? Any educated guess here?
I'm not a gambling man, so I'm not gonna hazard a guess.
I don't know. It's up to the teams there which one they pick, because I don't think that they are predetermined. So just coming up here. So just a quick reminder, a loser picks map. That's right. I just got reminded of that. Thank you very much. So map rotation is control, hybrid, assault, escort, and then you repeat that. So after Elos here, we're going to see our first hybrid map of the night here. Bad Dad, judging from the way they just played there, who do you think is going to win on attack? Which team do you think is going to be the better defender and assaulter here?
The way that 6ixGuns was able to completely control the point and just manage all of their abilities and their cooldowns, as well as their ultimate abilities, to be able to kind of control and fight it out, I think it is more in favor of being towards the 6ixGuns, but that's why you play the game.
Exactly. So I'm excited to see this next map. Hanamura looks like should not be Hanamura. I don't know why they're picking that. Give us 1 second here. They're deciding what map to pick.
The next should be hybrid.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of. Alrighty. Be right back as we wait for this next match to get started.
He forgot all about Numbani.
New money. Blizzard World. Oh, this will be fun to watch. I always love watching matches get played on Blizzard World. I'm just gonna go grab a drink real fast.
I am working towards sending them the correct map pool, because apparently theirs is dated. And this way the teams can figure out which maps they need to choose from.
Perfect. Hopefully they'll be able to choose rather soon, because match was already off to a late start. Now they're taking their sweet time onto the next map.
And not just that, we also seem to be showing control assault hybrid escort.
Eichenwald is a legal map for this next pick, is it not?
It is. It is.
Perfect. I was really hoping we didn't have to restart because they picked the wrong one. All right. Moving into the next match here, it looks like we got Panthers on defense and 6ixGuns assaulting right out of the gate here. So any predictions you got for this with this first push here, getting to this first point? How do you think 6ixGuns is going to handle it, Det?
Could you repeat that? I had myself muted.
Of course you did. All right, so moving on to here, the first map with Erie Panthers on defense. 6ixGuns assaulting. Do you think they have a strategy coming into this first point here?
Well, it'll be interesting to see if they maintain that Diva Winston combination, and it looks like they're actually running Reinhardt Diva as well as a Zarya with a Baptiste, Zenyatta, and Lucio for heals. So it looks like they're just going to kind of take their way through Swing City right into that point. And I'll be very excited to see. Oh, the Reinhardt and D'Antoni does switch to a Bastion, but let's see if that's just a little cheeky action. Otherwise,
it looks
I think
like
they're
they're
just going to
swapping off
manage.
a Ghost with classic 2-2-2 combo.
I think it'll be interesting to
Exactly,
watch
Ghostly
mostly how they manage their cooldowns, because if 6ixGuns can manage everything as they did on the previous map, I think they're going to be able to break through this bunker, ignore that Pharmacy again, and just be able to take them all the way down.
Pharmacy didn't seem to be a major concern for them past that first point on Watchtower there. Let's see if it'll make a difference here. Banan going straight in for that early charge. They're trying to get a pick on one of the supports. D'Antoni guiding his team perfectly. Just around
Gorgeous
the corner.
rotation.
They're going straight on the point there. Going directly around the bunker, trying to get them before they can reset up, and they do. D'Antoni just swinging away at WizKid there, trying to take
them
down...
right to Swing City, baby. My favorite place on the map. Oh, and he does charge Prototype.
And Peanut do take down both of 6ixGuns supports here, which will be huge for them, especially with Death Rider getting that res on Prototype back. D'Antoni going down as well. It looks like Erie will be able to hold this first point, especially with Diva D-Mech now. Hidden Shadows just desperately trying to stay alive, and Bortle is getting absolutely slaughtered by Prototype there.
Not just desperately trying to stay alive, but look at that ult charge. Already at 92, and was carrying some power there. So it was beneficial for her, that Zarya, to stay alive. Oh, and here come the Dragons trying to flank him. Doesn't end up hitting anything. Bortle does fall to Prototype, and that's anti-dive field goes down, but here comes Coalescence. There's that grab. Here comes Nuke. Doesn't take out anybody while Banana takes down two from behind.
Death Rider gets that res on Banana again. Peanut going down, WizKid going down as well. Unfortunately, it looks like Hidden Shadows kind of caught off guard, but still has support, just trying to deal with that Pharmacy. Dealing with Pharmacy as Zarya is not the easiest thing to do in the world. However, they were nice and low for it, allowing them to take that point there because they couldn't contest it.
Not just that, but check it out again. Already 70% to another grab.
Already 70%, already 80% to beat as well, and they have Shatter. Versus Erie used almost all of their ults that round there, except for Prototype, who saved his. And we got WizKid swapping off of Orisa to Hog as well. Or Hammond, sorry. Ooh, here we go. They're just pushing up the cart there. Banan's still just trying to farm that alt res as fast as he could. We got a low hub now on Widow. Just trying to get some WizKid, not even trying to stall, just up top, raining down some damage. Seemingly no effect. There we go. Now he's dropping down onto point there. Gets shattered immediately. D'Antoni decided to solo ult him just to get rid of that main harasser there. Death does get picked by Aloha on Widow, but it seems like nothing Erie is doing is slowing down 6ixGuns right now, with D'Antoni just on point there, and Diva just harassing all the DPS and support, just trying to pick him off. Same with Bortle, just dancing around the map as Lucio does, skating left, right, and center. Can still push right up, and we see a grab coming out for seemingly no reason other than
absolutely nobody.
Came out. Banan does take down D'Antoni as well, but that's about it before he gets taken down by Hidden Shadow. Death Rider falling down to death. Peanut.
Oh, and Peanut can only hold for so long before Peanut falls. Here comes the hamster trying to roll around.
Back in time, just in time to create a nice distraction, just buy some time. Unfortunately, to no luck, they're able to take him down and Prototype down as well before they're able to, the rest of the team was able to regroup, allowing them for a swift and easy push on to the next checkpoint there. Now, here comes the hardest part for 6ixGuns. This is going to be fun to see if Erie's going to be able to hold this properly, but still, 6ixGuns is not. Erie's not doing a whole lot to try to stall them. They're just trying to poke them from afar right now, allowing 6ixGuns plenty of room to move up. We got the damage boost field coming out from Death there, Baptiste. Fortunately, it's a little far in the back, so it's not going to see much use right now.
And that does work both ways, but that is a 5-man EMP.
5-man EMP.
Everybody but Death in there.
Everybody but Death. Don Tony going down, unfortunately, before anything else. Hidden Shadow gets hacked, so no bubbles for him. And Anti gets singled out and taken down. Erie Panthers able to push 6ixGuns right back past the second checkpoint there.
And finally able to stop them, I think, is something that needs to be pointed out. They have not had an answer for 6ixGun this entire map. Now, we are coming up onto a third grav there for Hidden Shadow at 76%. Another grav, and we already have Nuke. This could be devastating for the entire Erie Panthers team.
Wheel comes out, doesn't see too much about it. Diva Bomb just going right past the door there, not seeing too much effort. Coalescence coming in, taking down the damage boost. Absolutely just harassing.
There's Hammer down, and it looks like they're back into pushing. Baptiste with another ult there as Prototype goes down to the Hayasuya and Don Tony.
And if we're going to see Hidden Shadows all come out, it's going to come out right now here. As soon as they get close
and just hold them right by the door. There
exactly.
it is. And just push that as far as we can, boys.
Just allows them to harass and harass and harass there. WizKid on point, just trying to stall with Prototype, swapping up the roles. Switching off to Doomfist as well. Peanut just trying to buy some extra time to stall. We've still got Prototype trying to spin around. Fortunately, doesn't have too much room as Hammond there, getting hit on the column every time. Death Rider jumping onto point just to get taken down immediately. Same with Aloha. And Junkrat's all came out just a little bit too late there to see any effect.
Too little, too late, although it could have been devastating and ends up not giving them anything. As that Zarya, a Hidden Shadow on that Zarya again, almost had another ult.
Just after using it, almost had another. That is impressive Zarya play right there. However, I'm glad to see the second ult there from Zarya. It was not wasted like the first one was on a door. It's funny as that.
Well, sometimes those doors get away from you.
True. Maybe they tried to break it down before the cart got there. I don't know. Right. All right, now the rules are switched. We got Panthers assaulting and 6ixGuns defending. I'm curious to see if 6ixGuns is going to stay with them. Similar comp they've been using all night so far on both maps here, which has not been working out too well in their favor, especially after 6ixGuns adapts to it. Looks like we have the same comps coming out here on both sides.
Well,
so we got Futark on Ana.
And on Ana instead of that Moira, so that's an interesting thing.
Moira.
But still I do understand it.
Absolutely. And it looks like we got a similar 3 DPS to 4
That's
DPS,
4
1
DPS.
support, 1 tank. Yeah. Looking at that, maybe it's going to swap off. Who knows here? They still have 15 seconds to switch it up.
And hey, if you can't kill him with 3 DPS, you know what they say?
Go for
5.
6.
Well, I was thinking at least 1 healer, but I guess Soldier can heal.
Exactly. That's all. If you're doing it right, that should be all the heals you need.
All right, looks like pharmacy. So the rest of the team doesn't have a whole lot of heal options here.
No, it does not, because they're 1 healers sticking to pharmacy there. Peanut going straight on to point there. Just Cloak to Sombra, harassing them in the back now, trying to get a hack up to no luck by the look of it. 6ixGuns just absolutely pushing them around, singling them down 1 at a time. May gets caught in the corner there by Ana and the rest of the 6ixGuns team. Peanut on point, might get a tick off. He almost gets 1 tick off before Don Tony and the rest of his team realized what was going on. Still got Diva just harassing pharmacy, pushing them away.
Just completely ignoring that pharmacy, saying, I doubt that you can kill us before we kill the rest of your team.
However, Aloha does get a pick on Hidden Shadow, and Ana goes down as well. Looks like Baptiste popping his field just to try to keep everybody alive as they're cornered in there. Diva just harassing, keep them off the point. May walls them off. That is mean. Making them go around to the second edge, so not too much came out of it, but Don Tony goes down to WizKid as well. Prototype takes down
also falls. And Ahola does go down to Bortle. How about that? Lucio taking down a sniper.
It looks like Bortle is able to stall, but is it for long enough? No, it's not. Erie Panthers takes that first point, not with ease. Looks like it was quite a fight, but Panthers was able to pull through at the end there.
And they do have 3 ults in the bag right now, coming up on that Mei ult, which can really zone them out. Whereas the 6ixGuns only has the beat drop and the nano.
However, they're going to be coming up bomb here really quick, and I don't think Earth Shadow's too far behind.
And we have seen how quickly Hidden Shadow can get that grab.
However,
Only
EMP
gets the
comes
Ana
up
before
right
Portal
away.
takes it down. Ahola does take down the Immortality Field, but Death Rider
However, Banan
raises
does go
reses
back
bottom.
up. Gets rezzed. Both tanks go down. Or 2 out of 3 tanks go down there.
And that was
Tony getting
every
cornered.
ult that they were holding in their bag, and they now
Using all
just
at once.
got their Mei ult.
Poor Mei. But they're coming back in with Beat and Shatter right away. So if they can get them before they can cross that corner to get onto the bridge there, 6ixGuns will still be sitting in a comfortable position here. We got Asuya coming out straight out just to harass the pharmacy there. WizKid just desperately trying to stop them from exiting the door there. Just buying as much time as he could. Maybe get an environmental kill here to no luck. Death does get taken down by Madan though. When we got Don Tony trying to get up that bridge, take down, maybe looked at taking down Aloha there before she
do
runs
want
back, but
that
they're
high
going to get
ground.
on that point.
And there's the hammer
Earth Shatter
down.
comes out.
That could be enough to
Justice.
take down, but they don't get the Mercy. I think that should have been the primary target there for them.
It might have been the primary target, but they definitely got taken down before they could do anything because of Banan using Justice on them there. Taking down Don Tony right away. However, it
Ooh.
looks like Bortle is going to be able to escape from WizKid there.
Oh, and
WizKid
Bana
just
does
hanging
fall.
off the edge.
Futhark just taking them out one by one. The Widow, the Pharah, and the Sombra. And no, people, I do not believe that Moira is OP. She is a DPS player.
Moira's soldier on steroids. Prototype coming out with his ult right away.
Oh, and
Don-
booping Don Tony to safety. How about that?
Oh, poor Don.
Here comes
Poor-
the grab. It
Solo
only
grab
has
on
the Mei in it,
Prototype.
but with that Mercy ult, Mei is going to be fine, and it looks like they should be able to push this all the way. No.
However, Don Tony's still in there in the back there, not affected by that EMP there. Just gets taken down regardless. Peanut absolutely harassing everyone. Gets taken down. Aloha getting another pick on Hasuya there. Death and falls off the side of the map.
Just going to regroup. Gonna be able
Yeah.
to see if they can hold this at least for a minute and 20 seconds so that they can have the larger time bank. Let's see how they hold this corner.
Well, if anything, 6ixGuns has shown that they're better at putting a little bit more pressure on.
Peanut's trying to be cheeky here.
Peanut trying to be
Just
cheeky
jumped
once
right
again.
through their
Maywall in
team.
the back.
Hacks Bortle on the
Bortle's-
Lucio, but
Bortle.
can't take him down.
Bortle managing to use proper footwork there as Lucio gets healed by Futhark, who switched back to Moira off of Ana. Seeing as that seemed to work out better for them, because we never really did see an Ana ult come out, or Nano. Futhark taking down Aloha with melee, probably cornered her. Poor Widow. And now we have Banan just trying to farm some ult again. Got his ult. WizKid coming up close on ult here. Unfortunately for them, Futhark is going to have Coalescence here. Bortle's coming up on beat. Don Tony's going to have Shadow coming right up there. Versus 2 ults that are coming up. Maybe we might see another Blizzard coming up here from Prototype. That's going to be rare to see. But
That
Don
could be a
Tony
game
is singled
changer.
off from his team right there. However, unfortunately, Maywall does go down in time. Nan.
Portal and Death
Gets
falling to
both.
that Justice, but here comes a
Forward.
nuke. No avail. Mine's behind Hasuya and Hidden Shadow, but nobody falls to those. They'll see if they get pushed back into them.
Don Tony going down. Just to the massive amount of damage that Erie Panthers is putting out. But unfortunately, support does make it back in time to save the other 2. However,
And big
EMP does
EMP
come
right
out.
there.
EMPs have been huge from Peanut all night long. However, we do see them just trying to push back into the point there. WizKid charging straight in on the support there, just trying to get behind them, take him down, takes down Diva out
Fire
of
in the
mech.
hole. Here comes Junk Tire.
Junk Tire
Oh, but
sees nobody.
saved by the
Don
Immortality
Tony's
Shield to a
comes
hammer
right
down.
out.
Death Rider is 1 on that Mercy, but they can't get it. Oh, and she finally goes down.
Don Tony got knocked away right as he was about to hit Mercy there on the floor. However, Death Rider and Prototype both go down to death. So does Aloha on Baptiste, getting picks left, right. center. We still have WizKid in the back, just trying to split up the team, do some harassment, allowing the rest of the team to push up back up, but regroup, just because WizKid can just stand right up there and regroup with his team the second they're ready to go.
Zip right around the 6ixGuns to regroup. Peanut looks like he's trying to be cheeky again. Now, he doesn't have the EMP yet, but we'll see how quickly he can charge one.
We got Banan trying to farm, trying to maybe pick up support. However, WizKid gets singled out by that grip.
That is one way to take care of an annoying hamster.
Suya get taken out of mech there. However, invincibility field, so she will not go down. We got Coalescence coming out, just harassing Banan, the pharmacy, and May.
Oh,
Portal
and the
gets
May
hacked.
does go down. Futark taking a little
asleep.
nap.
Come on, what do you know about napping on the job is the best.
Oh, Death getting hacked and then just blowing up from Bana. Here comes another Justice.
Another
Man, if
Justice.
you have a Mercy
seeing
pocketing
two
like
picks.
you like that, I'd expect you to have Justice that often. Shadow does switch to that Doom Fist to try and stall. Portal goes down in Death, just trying to stick around, swinging around on the ball, but he does get
However,
frozen. And we
however,
are going to overtime.
6ixGuns does have a 2-minute lead on top of the Erie Panthers, though.
Indeed they do.
To 3.
2:55 to 1 minute.
Initiating match.
That is a very large lead for 6ixGuns. Let's see if they're going to be able to take advantage of it, because we saw earlier that it took a long time for them to get up to that second point. So if 6ixGuns can hold them on the bridge point again just for long enough, then they will be able to take this map. Because 6ixGuns did not have Erie Panthers did not have an answer for 6ixGuns push last round until the very last point.
No, and that cheeky rotation by Don Tony and the rest of the 6ixGuns allowed them to just get behind the Erie Panthers and just have their way with them from behind. It did clear them out pretty quickly.
30 seconds.
Yeah, it definitely did. But here we're seeing a similar comp once again from 6ixGuns. Or Erie Panthers, my apologies. I keep mixing up the names. And we see Don Tony switching over to Winston. Almost called them
Going
Hampton.
back to those dive tanks that worked so well against the pharmacy on both attack on this map as well
And
as
defense.
both points on Ilios in the previous map.
2, 1.
Looks like they've decided they need to have an answer for that pharmacy coming out here.
End objective A.
All right, looks like we got pharmacy just going straight in. WizKid sneaking around the backside there, using the building as cover. Probably going to look at going straight onto the point there. No, just goes straight into harass rather than trying to just... I'm mixing up the two teams here once again. Don Tony just jumping straight onto that point there, just trying to get back.
Oh, and he does hack the Farah. Farah's on the ground. That's never a good thing for her.
The infamous ground fair is a terrifying sight. What are you talking about? Getting back up in the sky before any damage is able to come her way. Banana still just taking pick left, right, and center. Suya coming back, trying to deal with that pharmacy. However, WizKid gets taken down.
Death Rider on the Mercy, taking away a critical piece of that pharmacy.
10 seconds remaining.
I would estimate that Mercy is probably 50% of the effectiveness of a pharmacy.
I would agree with you on that statement, man. Maybe even 55%. Who knows? Looks like an EMP is coming out just to try to
Double EMP there.
But unfortunately, not too much comes out
Death
of it.
Rider
because
does
we have a
raise
counter
mana,
EMP.
but then they both fall again. Team kill, da-da-da-da-da. And we have 255 for 6ixGuns to just take a little bit of that point.
All they got to do is take a single tick, and they have 3 whole minutes to do so. Erie Panthers is in a tough spot.
I will say that I've had more time in my competitive matches and failed to take a single tick.
I mean, it's happened to everybody before, and we could see it happen here today too. However, I think that's unlikely, seeing as how effectively 6ixGuns was able to push Erie Panthers from last time.
It will be interesting to see, and again, that's why they play the game.
Ready for
Exactly.
Keeping up with the dive tanks and that Sombra for 6ixGuns. And we have more of a bunker setup for Erie here.
attackers incoming in
Going back to the same setup they had the first time they were defending the point there. But it didn't really work out too well for them. Let's see if it'll work out for them this time.
Now, on that first defense for Erie, did they have a Hola on the Anna?
I believe they did. I could be wrong. I know they had 2 support there. But Don Tony's no longer on Reinhardt for this push. They're staying on more of their dive comp here.
Attackers incoming.
Well, they really like the effectiveness of those dive tanks against that pharmacy.
Absolutely, except we do have Death swapping off of Baptiste to...
A Farah of
Alright.
their own. Oh, and we are paused.
Pause. I wonder what's going on. We don't have any explanation as to why it's paused. Maybe
Let's
technical difficulties. or
harshly
something.
speculate here. I think that somebody has to use the restroom.
I think that somebody's mother's talking to them and telling them they need to get off for the
Ooh.
night.
Either way, that could be serious.
Absolutely.
If only we had these pauses so that mom could call me during my competitive matches.
Right? I'd love to
Do
be
you
able
think-
to speak to my mother during this time. Because it's
Do
the
you
only
think-
time my mother ever calls me.
No, that's just because you're always on your computer.
Ah, that's a lie. Maybe 90% of the time. See, I have 10% sleep.
He has a mouse in his house.
A mouse in the house was the cause of the pause.
Indeed.
Looks like we got pharmacy versus pharmacy going on here. Death versus Banan.
Oh, and
Bana.
Vanna gets hacked.
Bannock gets hacked. Infamous ground fire. Once again, Don Tony
Oh,
jumps
and she
capitalizing
falls.
straight onto that. Falls to the Farah, still in the air. Trying to
Death
take
Rider
down
not
Mercy.
knowing completely what to do here.
Death Rider's out of her comfort zone. Don Tony jumps straight into the back, diving, taking down Prototype.
Peanut also falls to
WizKid.
Hayasuya. Prototype does get res, but WizKid falls.
Prototype gets hacked. so he
And
can't-
we are there.
Victory.
Great.
6ixGuns.
6ixGuns wins. That's more or less what we saw coming. But still well played by each team there.
It must be Tuesday because that's 2 for Tuesday.
As soon as they have an answer for that pharmacy, they make it look a lot easier.
Rains from above.
Double.
And again, surprisingly, the answer to that pharmacy is not a hit scan.
Nope. I'm
Fellow bronze
38%.
players, you do not need a hit scan to kill a Farah or a pharmacy. You just need solid teamwork and excellent synergy. Now,
Been-
if we
Bannock
had
did
that, we would
38%
not
of
be
the
in
team
bronze.
damage. What's this team synergy you speak of?
I don't know. It's a word that I've heard before.
It's one of those fancy buzzwords that people love today. All right, moving on to the next map here. Will be an assault map. So what do you think? My mic isn't on in game. Oh. My mic was on in game, apparently, I was just told. Whoop.
I did have double voice from you for a bit.
Oh.
But moving on, here we go to the third map, and that is
An
assault.
assault map.
Now, this
Oh.
week we have up Paris, Volskaya, and Horizon.
Paris Volskaya Horizon, the choice is yours. I love it. All right, moving on to this next map here. I have a feeling if Erie Panthers tries to do the same thing again, it might be another sweep here. It might be a sweep here from 6ixGuns.
It
But
could
I'm
be.
It could be, especially on the 6ixGuns is assaulting, because Erie Panthers has proven that their defense is not as strong as 6ixGuns defense is himself. Speaking of calls from my mother, not right now, I'm sorry.
And you never
Perfect
know.
timing.
Oh, you should always take calls from your mother. So the way that what's really impressed me is 6ixGuns' ability to just control each and every team fight, and it seems like even the fights that they're losing, they're still. It's a. it's a Pyrrhic victory. Like they are losing at controlled costs, and it's really benefiting them in the fact that, you know, on Ilios they were able to maintain their hold of the point for significant periods of time with one or two people, and it seemed like they would just be like, oh, I'm low now, switch out with me, and somebody else would hop onto the point, and then that person would get low or die, and then they would have somebody else jump onto the point and just continually contesting the point. And I think that's something that's really been benefiting them for either pushing the cart there on Eichenwald or controlling the control point on Ilios. And I think on an assault map, it will extremely benefit them in controlling the time that they have on the map itself.
Oh, absolutely. It looks like we're moving on to Volskaya Industries now, Dad.
Ooh.
I always love watching this map. It's so much fun because anything can happen. You can see a team that's not great at defense absolutely dominate in that first control point.
Well, precisely. That's why you run Bastion Torb there, right?
Bastion, Tor, Barissa, you can't go wrong.
To Volskaya Industries.
However, one thing I always love seeing from teams assaulting on this map is you can get very and defense. You can get very clever with Symmetra's teleporter, especially when using a bunker comp. If you're on defense and you have Sim, Bastion, and Orisa, you guys can move so quickly around to all the high ground there just by teleporting and resetting up in half a second there, absolutely throwing the assaulters off their game.
One thing that's very important there is staying alive. You have to be able to do that for that strategy to work.
That does help if you stay alive for more than a few seconds.
One thing that I would like to point out is the way that Bortle is just taking fights to the enemy, even while playing Lucio. It's almost like he's playing Bortle's Combat.
Attackers incoming in.
I wish you could see my face right now. It's not pride. All right, looks like we have WizKids still on Hammond, still have only one support on Erie there with just Death Rider on Mercy. Still 4 DPS, 1 tank, 1 support, still going with that 1-1-4 combo. However, we do have this a dive comp coming out from 6ixGuns here. Let's see how it's going to work out for them.
2, 1.
Now we have seen Bana. Oh, I don't know that I've seen Bana on a hit scan yet. Mostly just on those projectile DPS characters. Lots of squishies here for Erie. We'll see how they hold.
Don Tony could just eat those up if he plays his jumps right. WizKid just trying to create some space, stopping them from pushing up with ease. However, he does start putting pressure on Don Tony there. Suya does get hacked, so no Matrix from them coming out.
You know, and poor WizKid not getting to play DPS on these maps. Having to stick to that tank role.
Looks like we've been on the high ground there. Suya just harassing WizKid there, almost taking him down. Manages to pop his shield off in time. However, it does not seem like they're able to hop on the point there.
Death Rider falling could be huge for Erie. Oh, there goes Bono.
Down right away.
And Ahola looks to be following shortly.
Ahola goes down to Death Shadow, and it looks like we got 6ixGuns just taking the point there. Peanut trying desperately to stall for time. Probably not going to see too much come out of it. WizKid already back and just trying to harass him more, but he falls back, and rightfully so. Just trying to stop it. I guess prevent any snowball from coming on here, but 6ixGuns is still pushing up. 6ixGuns is chasing them down straight away there. 3 going up, 3 staying back. Looks like they're going to regroup and try to go straight on. We got Hidden Shadow doing some sneaky sneak as Sombra there.
And there may be no more snowballing because of that res calculator, but 6ixGuns is right on top of them as soon as that point is available. Oh, and a big EMP there from Prototype. But can they capitalize? Here comes Noon.
Doesn't like the Banana taken down the right away. Don Tony taking down Banana Revenge. WizKid taking down Diva as well. Aloha taking down Don Tony. It looks like this will be a successful hold from Panthers right now. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like any teams are coming up on us except 6ixGuns has Diva Bomb, but it doesn't look like Panthers can have a counter to that.
Peanut is going to have their Pulse Bomb, so if they can stick that on the Ana, That is Futhark. I think they might be able to stand more of a chance here, but it did cost a lot to hold that point.
And there goes the pulse bomb. Seeing nothing come out of it.
Just like one of mine.
All right, we got 6ixGuns.
Death and Portal fall there early in that fight. They're going to have to back out and regroup.
A DPS and a support down already, and both support going down. They got to fall back right now. So you're already out of mech. Just getting pushed right back to spawn there. Almost back to spawn. They're back to the first point anyways by Panthers. 6ixGuns has no choice but to regroup and try to just get a pick and go off that opening, because if they can take down WizKid or Death Rider,
just hiding behind on point. Bana knows he's there, but can't find him, just shooting randomly. Oh, did Mercy find him? No, it looks like not.
Mercy was not able to find him, unfortunately, but Hidden Shadow is coming up on EMP here. However, it does seem like Prototype is just trying to farm his as well, being cheeky and trying to farm some points there. It looks like if I was 6ixGuns here, I'd be trying to take down either Death Rider or WizKid before hopping onto that point there. But it looks like they're just going to go straight in, popping Nano on.
Ooh, a Nano Monkey as Bana is able to hide back in.
However, does get res. Prototype falling down to Hisuya. It gets dove on. Futhark.
Oh, they've already got a tick there. Here.
Absolutely just
pushing him at all back.
Keeping him off point.
1.5 points and climbing. Here comes Noon. 2/3 and still climbing.
WizKid once again getting another pick with his mines.
Oh, but WizKid also falling. Hisuya there alone with Portal's combat. Going on just trying to survive on the point. Oh, Hisuya, no mech. Oh, Death Rider able to get that
his mech
res
back.
off.
That's gotta hurt. However, they were able to get 2 ticks from that push there. 6ixGuns only has to get 1 more tick. If they can play it the same way they just played, they just got to keep them off the point. They don't have to kill them. They just got to stall them.
And Don Tony does have that Angry Monkey mode, which could be beneficial.
Angry Monkey mode. They're coming up on Dragon Blade as well as Beat. So if they used all 3 of those to charge in there, I don't think Panthers would have a counter to that. Death gets stuck right out of the gate there, stalling them for more time. However, WizKid does get hacked and back the line there.
WizKid is just in
WizKid going down.
5 of them.
However, Don Tony goes down as well. Death Rider getting that res up off of WizKid again.
Ooh, that's a cheeky res right there.
However, Peanut does fall.
Peanut. Hidden Shadow takes down WizKid again.
Right now, Hisuya is about to go down. Out comes the EMP. Out comes the Dragon Blade.
EMP. That's a 5 EMP right there.
That's a 5-man EMP, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to do anything with it as Prototype goes down immediately after. Charging onto point, we're going to see a beat coming out and probably Angry Monkey coming out right after. However, mine's on point. Is not going to see as much effect because of that beat drop. Coalescence there, just in the back, keeping everybody topped up here.
Oh, and Angry Monkey mode pushing them all back into the point.
We got
Prototype just staying alive on there.
Massive EMP
gets EMP'd, and there they go. And 6ixGuns just got to kill Death Rider, and it should be theirs, and it is.
And they take the point. Good job, 6ixGuns. I'm surprised we didn't see more of a bunker comp coming out from Panthers there on the defense of the first point.
That also took me by surprise. But I do have to say, let's just DPS them down held longer than I thought it was going to. I was very impressed at their abilities to be able to stretch out that defense on the second point, taking their time bank all the way down to 1 minute 7 seconds, which is quite the best hold that they've had yet in this match. And it comes down to, the second point of the third map where they could be in a bit of trouble here.
Absolutely. I'm feeling that we're going to see a bit more of a... I don't even know if 6ixGuns is going to switch up their comp there. Still looking at that dive comp there from Don Tony. But we do see Banana on the... Bana. However you pronounce your name. I'm sorry. I'm butchering it all night long.
I think it's pronounced Steve.
Steve. Got it. Thank you. We'll call him Steve from now on. We got Steve back in the pharmacy there with Don Tony just ready to counter them. So you're ready to dive on that as well. While Bortle, Death, and Futhark, 3 support. Sombra Goats, always fun to see. And we have the same comp coming out from Panthers once again. Even though it hasn't worked for them very well tonight, I'm not seeing them a single win so far.
5, 4, 3, 2.
And while it hasn't, you have to just
Attackers
keep trying and trying and trying until something works, right?
It can work that way sometimes, but sometimes it doesn't hurt to mix it up either. But hey, if it works for them, I will be proven wrong, and I'll be happy to admit it. WizKid going around just back onto the point, just trying to harass from the tower up, from the bridge up top there. Or Pharmacy is still going unchecked right now, but they're just hiding in that building there where they don't really have to deal with much. So you're diving on them, WizKid diving onto point, doesn't see much come out of it, gets hacked, almost gets taken out before they're pushed off by Banan.
And they're going back to ignoring Steve and Death Rider on that Pharmacy, and it seems to still be working for them as Ahola dies.
Aola goes down to Hidden Shadow there. Diva still just diving on that Pharmacy, making them essentially not able to do anything, especially against his fourth there. We got the... Nan goes down just as he gets his ultimate. However, we do have Pulse Bomb coming out and Velk. However, to counter that, we do have Coalescence. And
We do have
Velk has
two
his
support
ult
ults
as well.
for 6ixGuns, but Don Tony does fall there.
Don Tony goes down. That could be the opportunity they're looking to push. However, Prototype falls.
And Futhark falls.
Futhark falls as well. However, Prototype went down as well, so it's not like they're going to be having an easy push here coming on. But WizKid is trying to get on point there, trying to get a tick. Gets
Oh, and
pushed
here
off the
comes
point, and gets
Ahola
hacked
up, doing a
immediately.
little cheeky push.
Yeah, Ahola just trying to get behind them, maybe take off one of the support. Coming out with a Hidden Shadow, coming out with that
Triple EMP there. Here
And
comes a
going down
nuke,
once
but it looks
again.
like it's
Diva
around
Bomb
a
coming
corner,
out.
so it shouldn't do too much damage.
It didn't do any, but Bortle's getting it.
Mortal Kombat
pick.
taking down the Sombra.
Bortle proving his worth as Lucio, being able to take down whoever he needs. And there goes the rest of Panthers, going down one by one to 6ixGuns there. However, we do have Angry Monkey and Coalescence still up, but Panthers does have EMP, Justice, and Mines coming into this fight here, so if they can space them out, clump them up and space them out, they will be able to take this point without too
And
much
there's
difficulty.
Pulse Bomb. We're coming up on Mercy ult too. That Valkyrie could prove very useful,
Could prove very
considering-
useful, but
considering
They're gonna have
Death
to
is the
use a lot
only
of
healer
ults.
for them.
they're going to have to use a lot of ults to get onto this point here.
Oh, trying to
Coming on.
zone him off. Get that Justice eaten, and Don Tony takes down Ahola.
Banan goes down as well. Ahola goes down. Death Rider going down. They're only fourth gone. Futhark does get taken down by WizKid here. We still got Peanut on point there. Gets that first tick there. Don
Oh.
Tony manages just to jump on time with the rest of his team there. And
3 ults,
that
1/3
looks
the
like-
point.
And now 6ixGuns has 4 ults coming up on 5, and soon to have Diva Bomb again versus 3 from Panthers there.
60 seconds remaining.
Looks like they're just trying to come in with the same strategy with that Pharmacy there. Just poke, 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 maybe get a pick if they can. However,
And
Samba
we
looks
do have
poised and
less
ready
than a
to
minute
act over
left
the
here
knee.
for Erie Panthers to do something.
Don Tony alone on point there. Oh, here comes the man
and
going down as well.
Vanna falls. Ahola does take out Hayasuya out of the mech, but Prototype does go down to Death. And Don Tony
Angry
doing
Mob.
his thing.
Death taking down some. Don Tony jumping on the support that are now everywhere. And it looks like another successful hold from 6ixGuns. However, they did have to use 5 ults to hold it there.
All right, and 15 seconds left. It all does come down to this. This is the finals. A very exciting finals. It's been a pleasure watching it with everybody, but I do not think that it's going to go any further than what we're seeing right now.
Would they play
And
the
here
fourth
comes
map
the
anyway?
last push. The big
Coming out with
EMP.
Prototype. Big EMP taking down Don Tony right away. Bortle getting hurt, but unfortunately Prototype gets taken down by Coalescence. Futhark finally popped that. Death getting another pick on Banan. Diva Bomb
Oh, and Nuke takes down.
Aloha. We still have Hasuya on point there, just absolutely harassing Peanut. Death Rider completely.
Death Rider going down.
Death Rider, that was a brutal
And
death.
that is
looked
it.
like
I
it
am
hurt.
being told that with this being the final, it is a first 2-4.
First 2-4 wins. Yes. So we will see one more map. So
But we will see one more
Panthers
map.
Still has a chance to bring it back for them, but they got to win the next 4 maps in a row if they want to take this win.
And that would be a heck of a reverse sweep here in the final. Oh, what a shot there by A-hole.
I'm surprised that's the first time you butchered the name tonight.
Oh, man, I've been saving that one.
Oh yeah, 26% of the team's damage on Widow. Not bad to see. Foodite taking 30%. Not bad. Moving on to the next and potentially game-winning map here for 6ixGuns. Moving on to the first escort of the night. What's in the escort map pool tonight, Bet?
It is Havana, Watchpoint, and Dorito.
Dorito or Doretto?
I like Doritos, so I'm going to go with that.
All right, as long as there's some Mountain Dew there as well.
Of course, this is game fuel.
Excellent, excellent. Better not be any napkins or anything to wipe my hand off. I want to get the cheesy dust everywhere I can.
Of course, and I like to have them late at night. So that while I'm sleeping, I can just lick a finger.
Absolutely. Just for a late night snack, whenever you just want a little bit of that cheesy flavor, just excellent. But careful if you go to sleep.
I'm being
What's
told
up?
that it would be inappropriate to make a joke about my wife right now.
Yes, I probably wouldn't recommend that, but I still want to hear it. So please continue.
Nope. I am a smarter man than that. So, moving
what a
on.
shame. Come on, make the joke, Det. You know you want to.
So, as we go into this fourth map,
I really wanted to hear the joke now. You
Well,
piqued
we
my
are-
curiosity.
well, that's not the only thing that's going to be peaked tonight.
Let me guess, also covered in cheesies. That's where the joke was going.
Well, as we see Havana, Watchpoint Gibraltar, and Dorado, I don't know that either one of these three maps will go in a different direction than what we've seen already.
I don't believe it will. 6ixGuns has just proven to be able to deal with anything Erie Panthers is throwing their way. Time and time again, just advantage after advantage, holding, especially on Volsky, they're holding that first point. Not even at the choke point, just wherever they went, they always had an answer for everything.
They did, and constantly that answer was the exact same thing. So you see Erie doing all of the exact same things while 6ixGuns doing also the exact same things.
But here's the
And
thing:
it's only
6ixGuns
working
never-
for the favor of 6ixGuns. So you have to sit there and imagine that doing the same thing over and over and over again into the same thing and not getting anywhere. When more appropriately, do you attempt something else?
I would have said after the first loss when it didn't work out for them, but here we are and going on the fourth map, and no change is made yet. All right, waiting for them to pick the next map here. I'm hoping they pick Doritos. I mean Dorado. You got me saying it now. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, moving on here. Still have yet to pick a map. I wonder which map they're going to pick. Probably Havana's. That's the newer map here now. And it seems where everybody seems to be dragging themselves towards.
You know, I've been to Cuba once. I left half of my heart there.
Willingly? Or not willingly?
No, I woke up in a bathtub.
I was about to say, sure that wasn't one of your kidneys.
I'm not sure if one of my kidneys but it did feel hurty all the way around.
Maybe they got a lung as well. Who knows? Might want to go
Who
get that
knows?
checked
I
out.
haven't been to the doctor since then, so I'm alive.
That is a miracle. Somehow. Also a tragedy.
Well, in the words of Panic at the Disco, I write plays, not tragedies.
All right, moving on. It looks like Dorado will be the next map picked here, I believe. According to...
No, it was I write sins, not tragedies.
I don't know the quote you're speaking of, so I can't comment. And it looks like they picked Volsky again by accident, so they got to back out. And switch it off to Dorado there. Dorado had winter come early this time around.
And a very cold winter for Mexico.
Yeah, very cold. It's almost like Canada moved south or something.
Traveling.
All right, moving on to Dorado here finally for potentially the game-winning map of the night.
And thank God we're in Mexico and no longer speaking of Canada.
Match.
Canada is a brilliant place, eh? All right, moving on from that. Moving on. All right, let's see. I wonder if we're going to see any mix-ups from Panthers here because their comp has not been working for them tonight against 6ixGuns. So I wonder if they're going to pick the same again just to see if they can find a different way to make it work. Or they're going to try to mix it up and see what else can work for them.
I think it would be great to see if maybe they decide to go goats here. Oh, we did have a uninvited guest.
I wonder who that was. All right, looks like they might be mixing up this time. They have two support coming out this time. Aloha swapping off to Anna just to try to keep some extra heals up. But what is Peanut going to go? Do you think he's going to go DPS again, or do you think he's going to mix it up?
I think Peanut is going to go Genji.
As he says that, you're just to be
Yes,
clear,
I waited
as he
until
picked
he
it.
picked.
Yeah. And it looks like
But
6ixGuns
hold
will be
on that
pulling
Anna
out.
likes to do that on defense here.
Attackers incoming.
Absolutely, they do. We do have the similar comp coming out from 6ixGuns here, except Don Tony is on Reinhardt again, which he's proved to be very competent with in earlier matches, especially on Assault. Banan just trying to get some of that early pick here, just farming that charge, maybe try to get something off. Suya does harass him right out of the gate there, though.
Don Tony's rotation around, but he is alone, and he's going unpunished for it.
He is alone,
Does
going
fall back
unpunished,
into
but he
that little
does
room.
get some help finally from the rest of his team there. WizKid trying to just separate them, pull a distraction. So far, nobody's gone down to anything yet. Hidden Shadow does get hacked.
Oh, and Don Tony
the first
finally
person
pulls the
coming
prototype.
with the ult. First person with the ult is Banan, or Bana.
Steve.
Steve, thank you. Yes, Steve. WizKid still harassing, popping out. Steve popping out his ult. Only gets Diva's mech there. Coalescence comes to answer just to heal, just so they can keep pushing up. Prototype does get res. WizKid on the back line harassing that tank again. Just harassing everybody.
Oh, and here comes a Nano Genji, but no ult there. Just throwing some ninja
dragon.
stars. Bana does fall to death. With no res available right now, we'll see how that plays out for the Erie Panthers.
I have a feeling for Erie, this is a perfect opportunity that 6ixGuns was looking for to push. However, they just need to stop WizKid's harassment there. Maybe take out Death Rider if they have the opportunity, because Prototype is still able just to run around. Don Tony getting harassed by WizKid. Prototype falling down to Bortle. Bortle Combat claiming another victim as Lucio.
Oh.
Hidden Shadow taking down Aloha.
A-Hola falls. Ooh, that one's
Don't wanna watch
equally as
Dragon
difficult
Blade
there.
comes out.
Here comes Dragon Blade and Nuke.
Dragon Blade taking down Moira right away. Futhark on Moira gets taken down.
But they do, 6ixGuns does take that point. Peanut does fall
Peanut
to death,
falling
and a
to
charge! Just barely getting away is Prototype, but it looks like he's going down now. He did get that EMP, though. And that is in his pocket for the next fight.
Yes, it is. All right, moving on from there. It looks like 6ixGuns is trying to stretch up as much as they can just so they have free reign to move that card up as much as they want. Similar strat they've been doing as we saw in Eichenwald, because Six Panthers, yes, Erie Panthers does not seem the
I
best.
think
at
I have some of that
holding
cologne.
card. 6 Panthers cologne, yes, made out of the musk of dead animals.
60% of the time, it works every time.
Exactly. You know it, he knows it, she knows it. All right, Death Rider getting that res on Banan. Hidden Shadow gets taken down to a Justice, as well as
Hisuya also falls, but Bana takes down
goes down
herself.
as well. Don Tony
Tony
falls
also
to
falling.
WizKid. Steve's sacrifice for the greater good there paid out in their favor, giving him plenty of time to make it back before 6ixGuns can regroup.
Steve sacrificing himself really saved that fight, I think.
I would agree.
If only Steve would sacrifice himself more often.
Right?
And
Here
a
it
big
comes,
EMP there.
Big EMP
Beat
now,
drop does
Roberto
come in
get
trying to
his beat
save him
drop,
through
though.
that.
Does seamlessly save him. Hammer goes down, doesn't catch anybody though, unfortunately. However, Ahola goes down, but then still up there, just harassing away.
Here
Bortle
comes
goes
some
up behind
mines.
him with death as well.
Oh.
Coming out Dragon, taking down nothing.
Peanuts Dragons doing a whole lot of nothing. We'll see if the 6ixGuns don't just decide
Don
to take
Tony
this
taking
point.
down WizKid and Prototype. Bortle falls to Peanut. Bortle overextending himself, got a little confident in his Bortle combat skills. Don Tony taking down Red Thread and Asuya taking down Peanut in revenge for getting rid of Bortle. Banan still just there, getting harassed off in the corner, waiting for that perfect opportunity to strike with her justice again. However, we do have two support outs coming from 6ixGuns here, as Don Tony tries just to push that card to the checkpoint. WizKid tries to stall Banan, puts out with the justice.
Vanish should fall here to death, and there he goes.
Away.
Death Rider also
Rider
falling to
goes down
Hysuya.
in WizKid just going to
WizKid trying to zip around the point.
opening up the blender. However, he falls back rather than dying, allowing 6ixGuns that extra push they needed to get onto the point. Now here they're moving up slowly but surely, and it looks like this is going to be another successful push here for 6ixGuns, because they're already pushed them back to spawn. Bortle just harassing them, and Prototype falling to Futhark there. However, WizKid is trying to get that high ground there, try to get behind harass, as he's proven to do really well all night long.
Bortle
And
playing a little
switched off
scorpion to that Reinhardt, saying get over here, but to the rest of the team and those boops, he's saying get away from here.
Steve switched off of fly
Farah to that Kree, but here comes a nuke.
Kree gets
Doesn't
taken out
get a whole
immediately.
lot. Hyasu does fall. An EMP
Not
that
the
only hits
greatest
Ryan.
EMP we've ever seen. WizKid putting down the mines in the back, charging in, taking out Death right away. Death gets Prototype before he falls though. Bortle
Here
just
come more
moving him
Hanzo
away,
Dragons.
keeping him off, and
But
that
they're
Hanzo
too
Dragon
far behind the
unfortunately
point while
just
Don Tony
missed.
can just sit forward.
Don
Vanna
Tony
is
just sits
holding. Here
forward.
comes Death Rider. Oh. And they're still contesting at 2.97 meters. We'll see how long they can hold that up.
It looks like this was a
this fight
successful
might go
hold
in
here.
their favor.
Successful hold from Erie Panthers there.
Brilliant
WizKid trying
contesting
to
from the Erie
stall them
Panthers.
by just picking them off one by one here, trying to stall. Gonna get Hisuya here. Hisuya manages to escape somehow, despite all that firepower heading her way. Has her mech back, summons it back in. Let's go here. Bortle has B ready to go. Only ult on the field right now, besides Pulse Bomb that just popped, and Death has his ult as well as Baptiste. Names are hard.
Yes,
Alright,
they should have fewer of them.
I agree. They should just be named 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way to 28, whatever many heroes have.
I approve.
Alright, Don Tony charging straight on the point there, getting countered by Prototype there on Death. Doomfist there, however, they are making straight on the point, taking out Peanut and Prototype right away. Don Tony takes a nap on the job.
And
Pass out
Doomfist
from
is
Alpha.
getting very close and now has that ability Q that he might be able to use
but
to
that Diva
contest
Bomb
that
just
point.
pushes them all back. Banana Steve is just trying to keep him off the point there. Peanut switched to Soldier just to try to stay on that point there, stay mobile, get some damage out. Don Tony takes down Banana with an Earth Shatter. Prototype falls as well.
And that grab is going to keep him off for long enough. And they have captured all 3 points. Way to go, 6ixGuns. Let's see what Erie Panthers can do on attack here.
To 3, switching sides.
Let's see if there's going to be any difference in the comp from Erie Panthers. They've done the same one every time so far. Little variation, some variation, but very little.
Now, if you had to guess comps coming out here, what would you guess from Erie Panthers? I would have to guess Bana on Farah, Death Rider on Mercy, Peanut on Tracer, WizKid on Hamster, Ahola on Widowmaker, and Prototype maybe
on
a Sombra.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is wild speculation, viewers. I have no idea what they're going to run. Just a wild guess. I have no idea why I believe they would pick that.
Ola proves you wrong and goes Ana. And Peanut picks Genji.
Attackers incoming.
And Ahola is now kicked from the Onomatopoeia Community Cup.
Unfortunate, it's hard to see her go. Him, her, they.
Him, her, it, them.
They, who knows.
Oh, and Prototype takes Doomfist while Peanut takes the Somber role.
See,
Crazy.
Prototype knows we're talking about who he's going to pick, so he's going to switch it up here as soon as they start just to say, screw you, Det. No, probably not.
Wouldn't be the first time I was told that today.
I would believe that, to be honest, knowing you. But it looks like Banan going straight up there.
Oh, and Bona's falling early.
Steve fell immediately. Ola falling down.
Very
Peanut
early,
falling
but
down
Ahola
as
also
well.
falling. Futhark taking down Peanut as well. And Hidden Shadow taking down WizKid. Oh, what do they have left?
Erie is in pain right now. Death Shadow just waiting around the corner to get that hack off of whoever comes out next whenever they need to.
And it looks like they're just running out of gas here, out of steam, after these 3 beatdowns that they've taken on the first 3 maps.
WizKid taking down 2
WizKid
support
does take
in
down
one
2
slam.
supports.
That's gotta hurt for 6ixGuns here.
He's having a good time slamming those supports, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. He just loves slamming right into them. Smashing right down on them. Hidden Shadow getting amped. He manages to make it out of there by recalling. Portal just absolutely going around having fun, just skirting around everywhere, just harassing WizKid as Banna takes down Don Tony. Hidden Shadow goes down as well. Portal hiding in the corner there. Goes
And we
down,
have
trying
officially
to jump
beaten
in.
my average distance on Dorado.
Good job, Erie Panthers. You're better than Bad Det.
Precisely.
Not a very high bar to meet, but a bar you met nonetheless. All right.
Gotta celebrate the
Oh.
little victories there.
Exactly. Looks like just the amount of damage coming out. We do have a Diva Bomb coming
Justice
right up
and
above,
Nuke.
taking down
Bona does fall to
Banan.
that. Prototype goes down too. That's a pretty good.
WizKid.
I got
that is a very
WizKid
good
and
one. Makes-
Ahola.
Exactly. And we have Death coming in, Futhark coming in, but unfortunately, Bortle's the only one left on point, and they did manage to get it there. Bortle goes down to WizKid, punching him in the face. What a bully. Kasuya goes down before she was able to get her mech back up right now. Somehow managed to stay alive there for a lot longer than she should have. WizKid jumping right back onto them, regrouping with the team. Steve harassing for some extra, trying to get his ultimate back as he seemed to have wasted at that last point there.
Oh, and Steve and Death Rider pushing up, just trying to get an eye on what they're doing, where they're going. Now, it'll be interesting to see if they continue to play this Pharmacy once they get around inside of that last building, because that is a little bit tighter of an area, and those are places that they've struggled.
Mercy will still be useful there because of her Valkyrie, would be able to reach everybody, but I don't see too much use for Steve in there. However, we do have Don Tony going straight in, jumping in, nanoed up, probably going to pop his Monkey ult here if he sees he needs to. Unable to get a pick here, does get Banan inside of his bubble there, unfortunately.
Dancing around that
Any
bubble.
luck there. Don Tony
Here
gets
comes
hacked
Meteor
once
Strike
again.
from Prototype, and where's he going
Going
with
down,
it? Just
hitting
right in front of
nobody.
point.
Getting nobody,
Just
hitting
zones
Shadow
away
hacking
from it.
Peanut.
Here come the mines and the
Beat
beat.
comes out from Lucio. Don Tony takes
WizKid
down
does go
WizKid.
down.
Unfortunately, Ban takes down Hidden Shadow before he's able to pop any more ults. Again, any more hacks off. Don Tony gets hacked before he can pop his ult again. Almost gets taken out, but unfortunately, lucky for him, Baptiste just saved him there. Surya still absolutely harassing.
Ooh,
Ban
Portal
Steve
falls and
already
Vanna
got
falls.
it.
Apagando las luces.
There is 2 ults coming out from both sides there. However, 6ixGuns was able to use hers a bit more reactionary, taking down Death Rider with a Diva Bomb. WizKid absolutely harassing the support still.
Oh, but it looks like they are going to be able to contest this last little bit. Very impressive push here from Erie Panthers.
Very impressive push from them, but a great hold from 6ixGuns as well, right in front of the point there. Not the easiest place to hold. And it looks like Erie Panthers is going to have to regroup, but Sombra is harassing Prototype there. However, she does seem to fall back. Peanut coming up for trying to get a sneaky around them. Don Tony, Diva taking the high ground in the church there and on the bridge. Diva harassing WizKid once again has proven to do very well all night. Steve just trying to farm his ult as fast as he can. Don Tony about to fall down unless he can jump out of there. Hack comes out,
big hack there.
gets 3 of them,
and gets
Banned,
nanoed.
and Death Rider.
Ground Pharaoh Nano.
Diva gets nanoed as well, just a counter rate. Bomb comes out. WizKid does take down Diva though, instantly as soon as the bomb comes out. Bortle falls to Peanut. Death does manage to take down Steve once again. Death is apparently Steve's counter. However, Diva does get that res off, and Death falls as well, and that's the next checkpoint for Erie Panthers.
Pulling it together.
Erie Panthers just putting out so much damage before 6ixGuns can react to it. Just too much damage coming out from them.
And how about these Pennsylvanians?
A lot of coal miners up there. A lot of coal. That's all I know about Pennsylvania and Amish.
And
That
do
comes
not
out
forget
and goes down right
the
away.
Nittany Lions. WizKid and Steve both falling pretty early in that fight.
Prototype does
get hacked and falls down as well. Once that Doomfist gets hacked, he's just a guy.
Hola is about to get taken down as well. He gets taken down by Futhark. Peanut getting absolutely trapped out of position.
Protecting that Mortal Kombat and taking down
That's when it
Peanut.
goes down as well. Let's see if they both take down WizKid and stall them for even longer here. Just absolutely pushed right up. Taking Bortle once again taking down WizKid, proving to us that Lucio does damage.
125 seconds left on the clock for Erie Panthers. Let's see what they can do. Let's see what kind of stuff they're made of. What kind of moxie that they have right now.
Very hard place to push right now, and they're in a very tight situation. Very quickly running out of time here. However, that hack is
Big
huge for them.
hack
He does
for
get out, though. So unfortunately, you're not going to see too much come out of it. Don Tony popping his ult as well. Meteor Strike coming out. Let's see if we're going to see anything come from it. No,
that was not a Meteor Strike.
That was not. However, we do see a res coming up from Death Rider there. Just already pushing again. WizKid popping his ult. Immediately, Futhark falls down to Banana.
Oh, and
does not see anything come out of that high noon. Prototype does take down Diva, though. Don Tony clearing out most of the mines there. Right on point. Bortle harassing Death Rider.
Death taking a nap up on top there. Can't heal his teammates there, but here he is waking up. After Don Tony falls, Hidden Shadow gets punched right in the face. And we are down to 60 seconds for the Erie Panthers. Right around this last final and most difficult corner right in front of the defense spawn. Let's
Hidden
see
Shadow going in.
what
Probably
they have
gonna
in
pop
them.
the massive hack. Get 4 of them right out of the gate there. Don Tony jumping straight in, being as aggressive as he can been, as he's been showing to be all night, with Panthers falling back. Wait, 6ixGuns just happy to buy the time here. Prototype gets hacked, but
Could be a big nuke. Oh, and
Nuke sees
gets
nobody, but Prototype does fall. Anna wasted her nano on Prototype just to fall round right away. WizKid gets hacked, gets taken out as well by Hasuya there. Don Tony popped his ult there. And
inside of 20 seconds, and everybody's falling here for the Erie Panthers.
a whole lot falls down as well, but not before getting
10
a sleep
seconds.
off. 10 seconds. Let's see if Prototype will be able to get back on point there.
And nobody anywhere close. 5 seconds.
Gonna Meteor Strike as close as he can to the point.
Meteor Strikes on the point just to kind of hold it for a
Gets
second to get those
pushed
overtime
away
seconds.
Immediately.
Anybody else? Here comes WizKid dropping his bombs.
Dropping his bombs on point. Prototype. Death gets taken down by Steve, sorry. Coalescence comes out, taking out WizKid. Peanut immediately. WizKid falls to Asuya. Hidden Shadow takes down
Ahola
Steve.
trying to hide there. Oh, just being a little
gets
Ahola
taken
before
out.
finally going down. And game over. What a wonderful, wonderful championship.
Well done to 6ixGuns. Well done to Erie Panthers as well. What a showing that was tonight to watch. Futhark
Quite
taking play of the game in
spectacular.
the final match.
6ixGuns taking the first stage playoffs of the Onomatopoeia Community Cup and the grand prize pool of $0.00. An impressive showing from both teams. Spectacular throughout the entire stage, in through the playoffs and into the final. Banna/Steve just
Absolutely
doing
dishing out
insane damage, and yet not being able to pull through. That's something that we're going to need to analyze further, and that teams are going to need to look at going forward into the next stages and how they can counter this extremely coordinated 6ixGuns team.
All right, fun showing all around. Alrighty, anything else you want to add to Bad Debt?
No, I think I'll just sign off here for us. It's been a pleasure being your host this evening. Again, I am Det, my counterpart Shepard. We have had a fantastic time announcing this game for you. We hope you had equally as much fun watching it. On that note, it is almost 11. If you want to check out Shepard's channel, he's going to shout it out. I'm going to go have a beer.
I'm going to shout it out. He's going to have a beer. I'm going to shout out my channel because I want to give some free publicity here. The Danimal454 on Twitch and Twitter. If you guys care enough to come follow. Bad Debt, thank you very much for casting with me. Do you got Twitter that anybody can come follow?
I just want to shout out Zonk Esports. That's the Twitter that we mainly use, and that's the one that we'll shout out.
Alrighty, everybody. Thank you for tuning in tonight. This was a fun championship match to show here tonight. Once again, great jobs to 6ixGuns and everybody on your team. And once again, great job to Erie Panthers. But unfortunately, 6ixGuns was able to come out on top. Great job all around from everybody.
Great job. Thank you. We'll see you next time.